Today on the Scran line, I'm going to show you how to make this apple raspberry crumble tea cake, beautifully moist vanilla cinnamon cake with stewed apples, raspberries, and a crispy cinnamon crumble on top. This thing is so delicious and easy to make. I'm going to show you just how easy right now. To begin, we are going to be making some stewed apples. It's really easy. Follow me over to the stove and I'll show you how to make them. We're going to add the peeled and diced apples along with the sugar, lemon juice, and a little bit of water into a medium-sized saucepan. And we are going to add that to a medium heat and cook for 5 to 6 minutes or until the liquid has evaporated and the apples are tender. Set aside to cool down. Now that our stewed apples are cooling, let's move on to the cake batter. Now with this cake, it's a little bit of an odd technique, but we're going to be half baking it and then making some toppings, one of them being the stewed apples, and then fully baking it. So let's make the batter. It's really easy. We're going to be adding some self-raising flour to a medium-sized mixing bowl, along with some all-purpose flour. And guys, I have the measurements up on screen, but I also have them in the link description box below. That's where you'll find the full recipe. We're going to add some salt in there, and we're going to add some cinnamon powder. I'm going to use my trusty whisk to whisk all of these ingredients together, and we're going to set this aside. Let's move on to the rest of the ingredients. So over here I have some softened butter. We're going to add that butter into our bowl along with some white sugar. Now today I'm going to be using my electric hand mixer because it just is much easier using one of these. If you have a stand mixer, fit it with a paddle attachment, but you can do this by hand using a wooden spoon as well. We're going to whip these two ingredients up until they're nice and light and fluffy. It should take about 5 minutes. The next thing we're going to add is our eggs. So I have 2 room temperature eggs here. Give those a mix with your mixer. Now at this point, guys, this is going to look like it's splitting and it looks awful. Even though it looks that way, you're still on the right track. I'm going to add a splash of vanilla, and by splash, you all know I don't measure vanilla. I don't think you need to. By the way, I've been thinking of trying to make my own vanilla extract. If you guys want to see a recipe on how to do that on the Scran line, let me know in the comments down below. And while you're here, subscribe because it's free and I love seeing you guys subscribe. So we're going to add some milk in here. We're going to mix this. Once you add your dry ingredients, and we're just going to pour them all in there, this is going to come together. It's going to look more like a cake batter. So let's mix this on low speed to finish it off. I'm just going to scrape it down just to make sure that everything is really well combined, because I can see some unmixed butter at the bottom of this bowl. So now that everything is mixed, we're ready to bake. So I have an 8-inch springform pan here. This is the kind of pan that you want to use for this type of recipe that has different layers. It just means that it's a lot easier to take the cake out of the pan. So I'm actually going to lightly spray this with a little bit of oil spray, just the bottom for now. And we are going to add a disc, which I just cut out of baking paper. On top of that, secure the side, and then you want to spray these sides. Pour that batter into your cake tin. Use the back of a spoon to smoothen it out into a nice flat layer. And we are going to bake this for 20 minutes in the oven. It's going to look completely uncooked when you take it out, but there is a purpose to the madness. In the oven, 20 minutes, and I'll come back and show you how to make some more toppings. Quickly popping in to make sure that you guys hit the like button if you're enjoying this video. And if you'd like to keep up to date with all of my newest recipe videos, make sure you're subscribed let's get back to the video. To make the crumble, it's really easy and it's actually really delicious. I haven't had many things with crumbles before. It's really crispy and buttery, and this has cinnamon in it, so it's perfect for this time of the year. Really easy to make. You want to add your flour, brown sugar and cinnamon to a medium-sized mixing bowl. We're going to mix all of these ingredients together, and I've had some butter that's been chilling in the fridge. It's really important to use chilled butter for this part because you don't want the butter to melt and completely mix into the mixture. We will be using our hands to do this, so you want to make sure that that butter is chilled. You're going to smush it into those dry ingredients, and you want to aim to get about lentil-sized pieces. Once you reach that stage, we're going to pop this back in the fridge until the cake is done, and I'm going to show you how to prepare the raspberry layer. We don't have fresh raspberries in Australia right now. They're not in season, so I'm going to be using frozen raspberries for this part. Because these are frozen, and by the way, you can use fresh raspberries for this part if you like, but because these are frozen, we are going to be doing this step right before the cake is ready to come out of the oven, after about the 20-minute mark. So what we're going to be doing is adding some cornstarch to the frozen raspberries and just tossing it around to coat those raspberries in the cornstarch. And what this does is it actually helps thicken up the juices as they come out of the raspberries when they're in the oven. And rather than it making the cake soggy, it actually thickens and becomes a nice layer of raspberries on the cake. So because my cake has about 10 more minutes left in the oven, I'm going to pop these back in the freezer and come back and show you how to layer this thing up. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is still fairly jiggly. That's how it's supposed to be. So it's been in there for 20 minutes. First thing we're going to do is add the layer of stewed apples. So these have completely cooled down to room temperature. Spread those around nice and evenly. Then we are going to add that layer of coated raspberries. And on top of that, we are going to add that crumble that we made. So this is going to seem like it's way too much crumble on the cake, but get it on as neat as you can. It might look like it's piled on, but as this cake bakes and then cools, it actually sinks a little bit and it ends up looking like a normal cake. So just take your time. It's going to be a little bit messy and some of it's going to fall, but that's okay. So this is going to go in the oven for a further 20 to 25 minutes. And then you want to let it cool down completely. We're going to come back, I'm going to slice into it. This cake has baked. I took it out of the oven and let it cool down completely at room temperature. I also popped it in the fridge for a couple hours so it's nice and chilled, because it makes taking it out of the springform pan a lot easier. You know what? I'm feeling a little bit extra. I'm gonna dust this with some powdered sugar, just for the aesthetics. Guys, if you could smell what I'm smelling right now, this thing is so delicious, cinnamony, like it just smells amazing. Now, if you guys have been watching for a little while, you know I'm not a massive fan of berries. But I'm gonna make an exception because these, well, let's just give it a go. As someone who's not a massive fan of berries, that is phenomenal. Like, that is legitimately delicious. I'm gonna finish the rest of this, like, for real. But if you guys want to grab the recipe, it's in the link down below. Try this out. It's really good. I'm gonna admit, when I was testing this recipe out, I ate around the berries. But this is actually really delicious. Make sure that you subscribe as well, guys. I've got a video over there if you want to watch that, and the subscribe button on top of that. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment down below if you want to say hello, or if you have any suggestions on recipes you'd like to see me make. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this and see you guys on the next episode. It's so good.